Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Sorry, you all. So sorry about that. Got so much going on. Hey, yes. Hello, everyone. Sorry about we have so much difficulties, technical difficulties with this, but we are here. We are excited. We are here. Yes, indeed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are directly excited about this. So I hope that you all are here with us. I know it took some time away from our huddle, but we're good. Hey, we have to pivot, right? We have to change up. So it's all good. It is all good, y'all. Absolutely, absolutely welcome. As I see some more people are telling me that they can see it now, just trying to make sure everyone can see what's going on. We're not going to be on here long. Yes. All right. Let's see. Talking to my team. I'm so grateful for my team helping to get this done. There's so many things that are going on, but we are directly able to see what's happening. See what's happening. Yes, indeed. Hello, everyone. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. All right. Hello, Sherry. Good to see you. All right. We are in it. We are in it. Do, 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 do. All right, y'all. Welcome to the huddle. I know that we had some technical difficulties, and I keep saying it, but nevertheless, we're going to move on with our huddle for tonight. Woo-wee, that means you know it's going to be good, right? All right. So yes, we made it. We made it. We made it. And definitely excited about that. Definitely. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for this. Yes. All right. So many of you have communicated with me about the front cover of the Pivot magazine, and yes, I wanted to come on to say thank you. Number one, thank you so much for your support. Thank you. I was shocked, y'all. I was like, what? Me? I thought I was gonna have like a little, blurb. Nevertheless, to be on front cover, yes, this cover right here. Yes, indeed. Okay. Listen, I'm telling you, this right here says a lot, and I'm just very grateful that I was chosen to be part of this right here. Pivot, the pivot. Now, many of you have asked about the where can you get um, the magazine so you can really have it tangible. I know we have an older audience at time, and they want to know, where can I get this tangible? I want to read it. I want to read it. So listen, you are able. I need you to have this down because this is going to definitely share with you guys what to do in order to actually receive the the information. Now I know y'all are looking at me, but I want to. My team is talking to me to make sure that we're good. Okay, so definitely. So please listen. I am going to let you know that the magazine will be available to purchase next Monday. Yes, next Monday, and definitely, y'all want to download this and go to LenoraLassiter.com. You see the website name at the bottom of the screen. Lenora, LenoraLassiter.com. Yes, indeed. Definitely check this out. You'll be able to download the Pivot magazine next Monday, and you will see me, your boy. Okay. I'm telling you, y'all. Just the word pivot, and many of us have pivot in our lives on so many levels. And even tonight, like getting things ready, we had a pivot. And sometimes in the midst of pressure, it really allows you to see how you operate and who you really are, right? And so I got some people that's with me that said, "Hey, we're gonna hang on in there. Let's get it. Let's go. Don't give up. Keep moving." And you got to have some people like that around you because life is going to throw something at you like you wasn't even expecting, right? And so definitely, y'all, I have to give honor and all kudos to my team and for the support group, my wife directly for helping me to say keep going. All right, so LenoraLassiter.com is where you will be able to get the magazine and you'll download it on next Monday. Next Monday. Yo, now I had somebody to tell me, Mike, that suit is power. Okay, okay, okay. So, I have to give it to the photographer. All right, y'all. Now, the photographer, she is all the way amazing. And you will be able to go to her website right now. Look at the bottom of your screen. Bougie Bree Photography. Yes, Bougie Bree photography.com. Okay. Now I know I got an older audience, but listen, this is how you spell bougie. Okay. All right. It's BoujeeBreePhotography.com. Bougie Bree Photography. Y'all, I'm telling you, she is amazing. She has an eye to captivate the most ultimate moments in life. I'm just very so happy to have met her. And y'all see, you see it right there on the magazine. I mean, the teeth is white on purpose. I mean, everything is just clear, right? So we're excited about that, y'all. So thank you again for being the support. And Bougie Bree Photography, we definitely want to thank you. And again, my last thing is that if you go to LenoraLassiter.com next Monday, you will be able to download the magazine. All right. And you'll be able to purchase it on the website. All right. So, yes, let's get back to this without further delay, y'all. Again, welcome to the huddle. Welcome to the huddle. Welcome to the huddle. All right. Here at the huddle, we share, we love to speak about life and we love to just have fun. And as you all know, we are literally celebrating this month, June, celebrating men's mental health. Oh, yes, men's mental health. And I want to directly dive in right now and pull up a very special friend of mine. Yes, a very special friend of mine. This dude right here. Okay, I'm not even gonna say anything because y'all know I'm about to talk. So I'm gonna allow this dude, my friend, my brother, to come on and to share with us who he is because y'all need to know who he is. Okay, that's all I can say. All right, so here we go. Without any further delay, let's bring on stage no other than Dr. Ricky Bassett. Well, Dr. Basket, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Man, I am fantastic. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Before we dive into at least two of the topics, due to our technical difficulties, introduce yourself, sir, and tell us about yourself.
Okay. So I'm Dr. Ricky Basket Jr. I'm a family medicine physician from Raleigh, North Carolina. I practice in Holly Springs or the Holly Springs Apex line now, Apex, North Carolina. And right now I do what is called direct primary care. With direct primary care, you have a more personalized experience with your doctor as opposed to being just a number, whereby you're pushed along in 15 minutes within an encounter, which is not an encounter, whereby your cause of concerns are pushed along because people are out of the office and somebody's not picking up on those notes or those uh, issues. That doesn't happen with direct primary care. With direct primary care, it's just me and you, and we working it out. So if something goes wrong, you know who to talk to, you know who to blame, but nothing would go wrong because it's just us now, no middleman. So that's the biggest thing. It just makes it more personalized and more of a nostalgic type relationship between patient and provider.
Absolutely. And you know, Dr. Basket, I have to say, being your one of your patients, man, it is a joy to be able to have a black male doctor to help strengthen, motivate, encourage, and to be held accountable of life. So yes, y'all, you're gonna hear me say Dr. Basket, you're gonna hear me say that's my boy, okay? Because we're in the huddle. Now when we're out of the huddle, I'm like Dr. Basket, right? But I'm telling you, him and his wife, they both are phenomenal in the area of medicine, the area of patient care. And so we have this amazing opportunity to share. So, Dr. Basket, without any further delay, sir, let's go ahead and dig in.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are going to be talking about the first thing is purpose. And as a man growing up in this society, again, we are celebrating men's mental health. And so we're going to be talking about how we handle the pressure of life. Now, I'm going to tell you, you might as well get ready to come back on another episode because there's no way that we're going to be able to complete what we have for y'all tonight. Okay. So listen, y'all, let me tell you, pressure. Okay. Pressure. That word pressure is phenomenal. It has a lot of weight to it, but we're going to break it down into different sections or topics. So the P, we're going to use acronyms. And so tonight we're going to talk about the P and the R. Now, I can't tell y'all all the other stuff because y'all got to come back on another day. All right. So here we are. Uh, let's talk about purpose. Now, when we talk about purpose, a lot of people, a lot of men feel as though they have their purpose, they know what their purpose is, and they are functioning in it. But we do know that there are plenty of people who are trying to define their purpose. So, Dr. Basket, I want to ask you from your perspective of being in the medical field, being a black man, uh, how would you define purpose and how would you help us men to understand the significance of living and doing in our purpose?
Hmm. So in my perspective, the purpose is a daily experience within your life, and you will continue to fulfill it, manifest it, even though your perspective says not just you, but individuals' perspective say, "Mm, sometimes I set the bar so high because I'm comparing myself.
Mm,
Mm, Sometimes I'm setting my purpose according to the world, what the world thinks I should or of me, and not necessarily receiving the gift that God is putting right there in front of your face."
mm.
if you're not able to receive it at this time, then you struggle with what is my purpose. But that doesn't mean that you will forever not be able to receive it, especially if you seek it. Because we know if you seek, you will find. So
That is so true. And then, I was thinking at the same time too, because as a teacher, as an educator, I have to have my little notes. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was thinking too how purpose is. We think sometimes it's just one thing, that one thing. But I begin to notice that purpose is more than just one thing. To me, purpose is an ongoing process.
mhm,
And as a man, sometimes we put ourselves into this box because we think that we're just here for one thing,
mhm,
and that could be more. I mean, it's more than just making babies. You know what I mean? We're here for so many purposes.
yes.
And if we can understand the importance of how purpose is an ongoing process,
Hmm.
it will help us to attain, and then it would give us a sense of pride because we're able to say, I'm here not just for not just to be one thing, but I'm here to serve in multifacets.
Every interaction that you have with anybody, you may see it as, oh man, they told me this, I got this, or I told them this.
Mm,
But really, truly, that interaction is a mutual relationship. You are obtaining and giving something at the same time, whether you know it or not. And so every interaction, like you said, on a daily basis, you're fulfilling your purpose. You're in your purpose. Because
mm,
that you had where you smiled or somebody smiled at you, but you smile back or you look back. It was your purpose in that time. What is the outcome of? Maybe you'll never know, but it was your purpose to do that at that time. And you can even define even more. All of us are going to go one day, right? And we that are here are still selfishly wanting those folks that we lose because we want them here with us, but they have served their purpose. Everything
mm,
they needed to do for us and the rest of the world, they've done. And so, therefore, when it's time to go, your purpose has been served. You've done it. You've done it, fulfilled it. But as long as you're still here, let's go. We're still defining purpose on a daily basis, daily interactions. So I agree with you.
But I like that right there. When you said something, I began to think about how purpose, when I said it was ongoing, and then when you started talking about how people have fulfilled, their purpose and their purposes in life, we have to also maintain the understanding that purpose has an expiration date. There are times where men, we have to make sure that we know we're getting older. We can't be 40 years old acting like we're 18. That that purpose is over. And so why do men need purpose, sir? Why do we need it?
It is a part of existing, it is a part of learning through experience so that you can become closer to God. Understanding that you're not doing anything alone and that to fulfill this purpose you must go to him.
Mm,
You have to receive the gift in the first place. And so all of this is to bring you closer to God and to bring you closer to his commandments. You love him and then you love your neighbor as you love yourself. And that's what we need to be attempting to do in our experiences. That's our purpose.
mhm,
But our purposes individually may be more compartmentalized or defined through us as individuals,
mhm,
but in general, it's all praises to God.
mm. Y'all, I told you, Dr. Basket. What I tell you, I told you, Dr. Basket. He is a phenomenal man because of the fact that he says to us, Mike, you have to know that purpose comes from God. You have to know that that your divine nature is very important to your divine health and your physical health, right? Even in your mindset. And that is why it is so important that we as men know our purpose. And like you said, we can't get stuck because sometimes people, they do remember us by the last time, or the last time that they saw us, the last action that we did. And they do not know that in our mental state, we have literally gained ground. We said that we were sorry. We asked for forgiveness. We moved on from that. And then when we come back to that place, it's like people still, treat us like the last time that they saw us. How can we as men still stand in our present when people are looking at us and talking to us in past tense?
Mm. First, realizing that on this earth, perspective overrules intention. I'm sorry, perception overrules intention. Perception overrules intention.
Mm.
What I intend to do, you perceive one way, and that is what it is because you perceived it.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I am in the intender. I am. This is my intention, right? And so first understanding that in this earth, perception overrules intention. So whatever that person believes is what they're going to believe. And there's you have to understand it's not your job to necessarily change their mind. You know, so understanding that first, then understanding and having and building that confidence in yourself, and understanding that you don't necessarily have to follow what is popular, but to follow what you know to be right. Um, so
I like that, sir. Follow what you know to be is right. So let me go ahead and dig in because we got some people that are online. They are saying, "Yes, sir." They are saying, "Oh my God, knowing your purpose really helps to navigate through life with intentional movement." Okay, all right, okay, Carlos, I like that. Okay, now look, here's the thing about this, right? Purpose, and we probably just gonna stay on purpose for the next 5 minutes, and then we're gonna come back on another week or so to talk about the next thing, because y'all, purpose is a big topic. Dr. Basket, he did tell me, he was like, "Now, Mike, this is a lot," and I'm like, "We can get through it." But look, y'all, purpose literally forces us to level up,
mm,
right? It forces us to level up.
mhm,
And it forces us to level up because it provides clear direction. It provides clear direction for us. And there are so many men who their navigation of life comes from where their upbringing, where they come from, where they came from, their experiences in their family. Um, and Dr. Basketball, I had this amazing conversation with someone today. Who this they come the son comes from a broken family, single parent home, but he is surrounded by friends who have both parents, and they are doing very well. Like most of his friends have both parents, and so I thought that that was very unique because he's only 14 years old. Y'all, this is powerful, right? 14 years old, but he is surrounding himself with what he desires in his life to be, and not allowing his present state of being just staying with one single parent to be this one size that fits all. So it for purpose, it does forces you to level up. And last, I want to ask you about roadblocks. Now, this is something that I understand. Roadblocks can only stop you if they are bigger than your purpose,
mm,
right? So roadblocks can stop you only if they are bigger than your purpose. How can men who may not have a support group
Mm,
directly, or maybe, women in their lives may not fully understand how they're thinking. How can we as men not allow the roadblocks to really paralyze us or slow us down, where it seems like we're no longer moving forward?
mm. Yeah. So perception. It goes back to perception again. Um, there's nothing that's truly well, everything just is. Okay. And as it comes to you, you perceive it as either good, bad, positive or negative, favorable, unfavorable. But it just is. And so first just noting that it is your perception of what this thing is. So if you call it a roadblock, then that's what it is. And then, do you see that roadblock as a challenge? Do you see that roadblock as a hindrance? Do you see that roadblock as the end all be all, stop you there? So, you look at the situation and note that all roadblocks or whatever you want to call them is a necessary experience that you must go through. If you want to level up to the next level, then you have to go through this level first. You can't go to 12th grade having not gone to 11th first, right? You can skip. Some people skip, but not in life. We go 10, 11, 12. That's how we go. And so, your experiences that you go to help strengthen you to when you're into the next challenge, right? So if you call these roadblocks and look at these roadblocks as like, oh man, this is in my way. That's not the perception. You have to change your perspective. You have to change your perspective about it and say, okay, well, no longer is this it's just a roadblock. It is a challenge. It's a roadblock, but it's necessary for me because I know that I got more coming this way. And then it's gonna help me be able to tackle them because that's what life is about. I'm gonna keep leveling up.
Mm. I like that, sir. Woo, man, you on fire. You are on fire, man. Man, it's you're so right, because dude, I want to see. I said, dude, I told you. Listen, I'm curious to the fact that purpose really produces a sense of urgency.
Mm,
No lie, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it just produces that sense of urgency. And so why aren't many men, because I think maybe some of the females, they be like, um, my man just, he don't even do nothing. He just sit, he don't even do nothing. That's, my question is, well, why aren't men finding purpose? Like, I know life throws a lot of things at us. Clearly, we are overcomers. But is there an answer to the reason why some men are just tapped out? They don't, they find themselves not to be purposeful, but
mhm,
purposeless.
mhm, mhm. Yeah. So in my perspective, you have to have you don't have to, but it makes things a lot easier when you have a circle, when you have a support group, when you have people telling you, yes, you can, when you have people telling you, look, you can do it too. When you have people uplifting you, it makes things, it helps out a lot. When you don't have this, and you're struggling to find it, it makes finding purpose a little bit more challenging. It
Mm,
makes it so that like, oh, I see you over there did it, but you have a leg up. You did this. You know what I'm saying? You look at things in a different way, a different light. And so it's just like, instead of I can do it too, it's well, why do you got it? Why do you have it and I don't?
mm,
You know what I mean? And so it takes just rewiring, or it just takes really just conversation with somebody else who has a different perspective, because we all have our own perspectives, because of our experiences. And so
mm,
to broaden that, we have to have conversation and share these things with each other, right? So that we gain these other perspectives, so we know that it is possible, you
mm.
know.
Man, you know what? That's true, because so many times my mentor, he tells this a lot. Dr. Harris, he says, men need to understand that humility is important, and to be able to be taught, by someone who has something greater than you, or maybe doing what you're doing, it takes humility. And sometimes our egos get into that, where it does, where we think that, hey, I got it, I'm good, I don't need you to help me, man. I've been doing this for 10, 15 years, but there's a better way. And if I think that if we want to better ourselves, we talk a lot, but the way to actually better ourselves is to be humble to the person that has the greater, and it doesn't, especially if you're married, some things your wife can do, and even though you can do it, your wife can do it better. It doesn't take away from you, it actually adds to the value of your marriage, and it actually adds to the relationship. Oh man. So I would say most men, when they're struggling to find their purpose and things of that nature, I'm going to say this: most men live week to week on repeat. Just every day, every week, doing the same old. Um, Dr. Basket, I know when I came into your office, I had, and I'm gonna be transparent because this is the huddle. I had some weight on me. And you said to me, well, what you gonna do? I'm just like, well, I mean, brother love to eat, man. Jeez, you know. And then you challenged me, right? You said, I by this time you need, I want to see where you are. I want to see where you're at. And listen, I know for a fact that we as men, we want to live a long life. But if you could speak to the fact of what you see, your perception of what you see concerning men's health, the mindset is understood. Like, we know that we have to surround ourselves with other men who are able to pull us up, who are able to that we're able to be transparent with, and we don't feel judgmental by them. We can actually lay our shirt down and say, hey, man, this is what I'm dealing with. And we're able to say, yes, oh, you're going to help me out. But as a doctor, and there's a low percentage of black men coming to the office and getting their yearly routine. The wives or the women, the girlfriends are saying, hey, you need to go get checked out. Most of the time we'll say, hey man, we good. But in this closure of purpose tonight, what, from your perspective, how can we get ourselves um, in an intentional way to make sure that we are healthy physically as well as mentally?
Your life and the things that you experience in them are a gift from God. And you already said it, it is finite. So your role in the movie will end one day. Well, while you're in the movie, go ahead and play your role. And you're gonna live your life the way you want to. But if you want certain outcomes, or if you're striving for certain outcomes or certain results, then there's certain steps to take to get to that. And sometimes it's more than one way to get to that goal, but it takes having, it takes intention, it takes work, it takes want. You have to want to do it. And so basically, just having that want uh is a start. Um but hit me with a question again.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Having that want to. I want to live a better life. I want to be more physical in my life so that I can live longer. So how do
Gotcha.
we? Yep. Mhm.
Hey, So health wise, yeah, knowing first, yes, that you have this gift, and then living your life the way you want to, and so if you want to be healthy, then right now what is suggested is that you come and you're checked out. We do what's preventive, so it's preventive medicine. Basically, it's attempting to try to advise, suggest on the ways that others have done things that have been successful for them to get to the goal that you are trying to get to, basically. And so, if that means right now we're saying, hey, come at least once a year, we're probably going to run some labs. I think the biggest stigma that a lot of men are afraid of is, when you turn 40 and or 50, depending on when you start screening, is the digital rectal exam for prostate cancer. I mean, men, we gotta just get over. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's a long lasting thing. It probably is more so because of your imagination if you don't know
Ah,
what to expect. And right now, I can tell you straight up, it's one finger, okay? And it's not a long exam at all. It's a very quick exam because what we're doing is we're just assessing the prostate and its how it feels or its contours. So not a long exam. It may be uncomfortable, yes, but it's not for forever. Play your role real quick, boom, boom, and then keep it moving because dealing with the consequences early, catching things early, is a lot better, especially in 2025, than dealing with things and catching it late. There's no reason because we have these things in place, and it's not hard.
man, you that's whoo, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Woo, sir. I'm just like I turned 40. Did I just turn 40? Yes, I just turned 40. And I was thinking, oh Lord, that prostate exam, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Lord. You
I
know,
hear you. I'm in the same boat with you.
the thing about it is I've heard so many men, older men, who literally had the prostate cancer, or and if they would have caught it early, if they would have gone to their regular routine, they would have caught it early. And this is what we want. You cannot be a purposeful individual and not be accountable of your own self, because you're the only person in this earth, right, that can be able to live long or live short. And so as we conclude, y'all, I told you tonight is we just giving y'all just a little bit because we got something for y'all. I'm telling you, how often do we get an opportunity to literally have Dr. Basket, a black male doctor who is directly in the forefront of just educating and making sure people are not just only well physically, but also mentally as well. So, Dr. Basket, we are going to just put a pause right here because it is important that as we continue to move on in our lives, that we do it on purpose and that we have a sense of direction. Whenever I go to the gym, I have a sense of direction. I know exactly that I want to work on my upper body. That's purposeful. So it's just,
Mm.
and then leg day. Now I'm gonna tell you, I don't know about the leg day. Whoo, that leg day, buddy, is something else. But sometimes, like you said, even with leg day, it's very very challenging. And sometimes I really don't want to do it, but I know that I just can't look good on the upper body, and the lower body is looking like pencils, number twos. You know what I mean? So definitely, Dr. Basket, I really want to thank you for your time and for your words of knowledge and encouragement. Do you have any last say that you want to say? Because y'all, we y'all got to stay tuned Stay tuned on Facebook. I will share with you the next time that we are coming live. It will be this month because this month is, as we said, it is celebrating men's mental health. And so we will be back. I'm telling you. So stay tuned. Look on our social media platforms, and you will know the next time that we will be live. All right, Dr. Basket, you have anything you want to say to the people, sir?
I just say continue talking. These are all perspectives of individuals, and you have your own experiences to bring to the conversation. And so we need to share it amongst each other because, why should we have our gifts and hold them to ourselves? They have to be shared. So let's go with it.
Let's go with it. That's a great thing. All right, let's go with it and let's do it big. Let's do it big. Listen, you all, y'all, we'll see you next time. Thank you for coming to the huddle. And remember, continue to do things on purpose because it is definitely important. All right, y'all stay tuned. See you next time.